In 2011, I got back from Afghanistan. I was deployed with 171st Aviation. Yeah, deployed with them and I came back and I didn't have a job for a whole year. What better else thing to do is to jump on Craigslist, right? So I jumped on Craigslist and I started looking up like skilled crafts, things like that. I like to work with my hands. I found a posting by Kama Aina Tinting. And I was like, you know what? They're looking for a tint apprentice. I'm like, okay, you know what? I can do it. I think I can do it. So I gave it a whole month. Man, I went in there, met Howard. He's the owner of Kama Aina Tinting. After like 3 weeks of apprenticing for him, he gave me the reins to one of the shops. And he's like, you know what? You're good enough to do it. Let's do it. So I started tinting. So like a year later, I was sharing a shop with someone that did detailing. And I had no idea how to detail. I didn't know the first thing about detailing. This is like 2011 still, right about there. One thing led to another and I ended up buying him out and becoming the full owner of Exquisite Auto Detail. So that's really where detailing began for me. I love working on cars, and this is the one thing where I get to drive almost every car out there, and I love it. So because we live in an area that's surrounded by salt, it's a tropical island. You know, we have a lot of salt air, we have a lot of contaminants, we have a lot of wind, we have a lot of things going on. And so what a ceramic coating does is it fills in all the micro pores that are on the exterior surfaces of your vehicle. So let's take it back a little bit. Just imagine an old school yellow sponge. And we're gonna look at this on a microscopic level, and this is what your paint looks like, right? So there's a bunch of little holes in it, and those are pores. And that's what your paint looks like on a microscopic level. What a ceramic coating does is it fills in all those micro pores, and it levels up to create a protective barrier that is non-porous. So once it's fully cured, which takes anywhere between 7 to 10 days, no contaminants can get stuck into it. There's different types of ceramic coatings, and they all generally do the same thing, but the quality of your coating really depends on the prep work that was done on the vehicle prior to installing that coating. When we get into cleaning this vehicle, what we do first is a full decontamination of the exterior. So we clean the wheels, wheel wells, fender wells, the paint, the glass, everything gets a full hand wash to make sure that there's no debris left on there, there's no mud, there's no nothing, and that the exterior is clean as possible. Then we go ahead and do a clay treatment. So as most of you know, clay will remove a lot of dirt, grime, fall off rust that has binded its way onto the clear coat. The clay treatment will remove all of that. Sometimes we have to do a chemical bath or a chemical treatment, and that will remove deeper contaminants that are in the pores of the paint that the clay could not get into. After it's properly washed, then we take it inside, then we perform a paint correction. So what a paint correction is that's really what it is. We correct the paint. So we remove swirls, scratches, marring, haze, anything that was damaged on the paint, we're going to be removing it. Also by buffing and polishing, what we do is we want to re-level and resurface your paint. So just imagine a piece of glass, or like your mirror or any kind of glass desk that you may have, that you have all those little cuts in them. And it's important to remove that because when the sun shines down on your vehicle and there's millions of little swirls and cuts in it, the reflection, it gets broken apart by all of these little cuts, these millions of little swirls and stuff. And so it creates a dull look. So the resurfacing or the paint correction process re-levels your clear coat to have 95% or up to 99% of imperfection free. So when we coat the vehicle, it's a permanent protection, and every time the sun hits it, bounces back, it's a perfect reflection to show off the pros in your paint, the showroom shine of your vehicle, and it just looks better. Nobody wants to see swirls in your paint.